I'm seeing a twinkling star right up under this tree. Twinkling. Wait a minute. Am I even recording? Yes. Twinkling like red, blue, green even. These train yards, you see that shit? Red, green, and blue? What kind of fucking star is that? It look almost like one of those rings. Like them LED rings or LED lights that twinkle like that. Like, what kind of shit is that? I got it all the way up on 100. No, this is 12.0x. I'm trying to get it focused. And I don't know, the way it looked when I zoom in, it look almost like plasma. It's moving. Cause where did it go? There it go. It keep going behind the trees. Maybe it's because the trees are blowing in the wind or whatever. But what kind of star does that? Like, you see that purple, green, blue, red. It's a whole spectrum of colors. I can't get no closer. This is the closest I can get. But it keep like zooming in and out because the colors are like, changing ridiculously, really fast. Almost like one of those. Because I have like 2 LED rings that I just recently got. You press the button. It's like encapsulated in silicone, basically, and the inside of it is a LED light, and it blinks this color really fast, and that's exactly what this looks like one of those rings is caught up in the sky somewhere. How in the hell is this possible? I've never seen a star do nothing like that. Okay, so just to show that I'm not crazy, that I'm not just seeing stuff, because there's a star right there too. Let me move up. There's a star there too. Bright as hell. Shining white, not doing nothing. It's just that. It's just there. I done got too close, so now it looks weird. And when I zoom back out, it looks like a speck. See, now that is the closest thing to close to it I can get without it looking crazy. Now when I go back down to that different color, the different color one that's blinking all those weird colors, I'm trying to stay focused on it. Stay focused. Let me see, my camera changes to some type of weird filter or whatever when I zoom in real close. It's at 12.0. And what the hell? Like, why is it blinking all those weird colors like that? Well, not weird, but it's blinking a bunch of colors. And when I zoom out, it looks white. But see, when I'm looking at it with my own eyes and not through the camera lens, oh, see, now that you can see it. Well, now it looks like it's 2 of them, unless I'm just going cross-eyed. See, it's hard to see it now. It looks just like a regular shining star, but I can still tell it's twinkling. It's a lot of stars in the sky tonight, though. A lot of them. The sky is absolutely clear today. Tonight, rather. I'm seeing a bunch of them. Some of them look kind of dim. Some of them look orange. If I can see them over on this side. It's not that many over here. It's like a few right there. If you can tell, because they so dim. I think I'm trying to zoom out a little bit to see if you can see it. No. And see, the filter changes on my camera lens every time I zoom to a certain magnification. You see how it turns bright, like somebody just turned on the light outside. And then the closer I get, because what is that, 3.0, 3.2, 4.0, 5.6, 6.5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 2. It looks so grainy and weird now. Now I'm at 12.0 and it really looks crazy. It looks almost like the sky is filled with a bunch of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, it looks sort of like plasma to me when it's filtered. I mean, not filtered, when it's magnified to 12.0, 12 time magnification. It looks so weird. And I'm not in the trees until I get right here. Now I'm in the trees. But you can't really see it. The only way you can tell is when I look up at the star. Where the hell is the star on here? It's still in the trees. There it is. Now I'm trying to focus. Let me focus. It's the closest to focus I can get. I'm trying to keep my hand like extremely still. That's that real bright star that's right over my head pretty much. Then when I go to the right, again, everything in the clouds in the sky looks really like that's a tree. But go to the side a little bit to the sky area, it looks like plasma, like some sort of weird liquid, like it's a bunch of water or something. Oh my God, I just got a revelation. What if the sky is water? What's keeping all this water from falling on our heads right now? And no, I am not high. Maybe sleepy, but not high. It is a tree. Like when it's magnified, it's like the trees are right next to me when I'm trying to look for stuff in the sky. And I'm trying to hold on to it with two hands because I'm hanging out the window and I'm not finna drop my phone. One, I'm still paying on it, so I better not drop my phone. See, now this area right here is all sky. All sky. Now there's some tree, but that's one bright, this is sky right here. Nothing but sky, but it looks like a bunch of plasma or water or something. Like what the hell? What is my phone picking up that my brain just can't process? See, now the magnification changes. The lower I get, I'm at 2.0 magnification right now. It looks like the sky is lit up now, but when I get closer, it looks dark as hell, and it looks like water in the sky. Even it kind of looks like that now still. Anyway, this is what happens when you stay up past a certain hour. You start noticing things that you are now questioning. What is life? What is this planet we are on? Where are we? Look at those three stars right next to each other like that. Like they are just perfectly aligned. And the crazy part about it is when I turned on my camera, I reached for my phone at exactly 1:44 a.m. Make it make sense to me. But I was like, oh no, I already kind of knew exactly what that meant. Like, it's perfect timing. Anyway, all that's going on in the universe is perfect timing. There's no such thing as coincidences. So whatever happened, me picking up that phone at 1:44, trying to figure out what that twinkling light was, twinkling all those different colors like that, was perfectly timed. The universe had it all planned out, especially seeing those three stars align like that. It's just confirmation for me that something is different here. Something has changed. Can't quite put my finger on it. But I notice a big difference. I think I'm thinking more clearly now since I quit my job. My last day was this past Monday, the 14th. And man, I felt so liberated. I felt so free. I even had a dream yesterday morning. For some reason, I've been dreaming much more vividly in the morning. At night, when I go to sleep, like say at 9, 10 o'clock at night and wake up maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, I can't ever recall my dreams, but I can feel that I dreamt. I just don't know what it was about. But then when I fall back to sleep, I give myself a little time. I take, a few deep breaths. And I thank the universe for, giving me clarity and giving me peace and, helping me to see what I need to see. And, disconnecting any cords and negative energy that may have attached to me in the dreams prior that I couldn't remember for whatever reason. I fall back to sleep. It's like I feel more relaxed to fall back to sleep. And I dream so much more vividly in the morning. Like between 6 and 8 a.m., maybe later than that, since I don't have to get up to go to work anymore. Maybe till like 11 o'clock, I'm dreaming much more vividly. Like I'm seeing my dreams clearly. And in this dream that I had yesterday morning, because now we're in a different day, it was like I was floating. I felt so free, so comfortable. Like I didn't feel any pains anywhere in my body. Normally, I have been feeling knee pains, like these little weird tweaky feelings in my knee, like it want to pop, but it won't. And then when it pops, it still feels a little unstable. That's my right knee. And then pains in my ankles for some reason. My ankle stopped swelling again. I mentioned that to my kids earlier. Since since I left my job, I have not had any swelling in my ankles. I'm like, okay, so it's just more and more confirmation that that job was making me sick, literally and figuratively. I noticed that I had more energy. I've had more clarity. I've had more peace of mind. And of course, like I stated, I'm starting to notice an incline in my health, especially since I've been focusing a little bit more on it and I've been able to like stay consistent with it. Because when I get stressed for some reason or overwhelmed, which is for me, for me, the same thing. Stressed and overwhelmed is the same thing. I tend to reach for junk food more often. When I'm overly tired, I reach for junk food more often. And I kind of realized that before, and I tried to stop it. Like, oh, okay, I see what I'm doing. Let me stop. Not doing that anymore. I don't want to eat when I'm stressed out because that is just contributing to the vicious cycle. And like I said, within this last week of not working anymore, well, the last 2 weeks, because I've kind of been on I gave them a 2-week notice on the 30th. And I, used up my sick days, which I had a lot of because I normally do not take off work. My coworker did, though, regularly, so I had to do a lot of covering for her, which is another reason why I didn't use up my sick days. So, with all that being said, me taking that time for the last 2 weeks to just recuperate and be okay with myself and just sit down, because I don't want to sit down normally. I feel like I have so much to do all day and it stresses me out. It makes me feel like just discouraged to even get started on anything because I see the pain of getting it all done, because I feel like I missed so many things being an employee somewhere, showing up for everybody else but myself, and missing out on so many things that I needed to do, that it was literally causing me mental and physical pain. So that dream, when I'm floating, I was literally floating. I felt it like it was real. I was like not even really walking, but I can feel myself like moving my legs like in the air. And I was not walking through the air, but I was like leaping through the air. And I'm looked down at the ground like, oh my God, I'm floating. I remember saying it out loud, like, oh my God, I'm floating. And I'm like, look at me, I'm moving fast, like crazy fast. I was up the street from my house, and I'm realizing after I woke up that maybe I was astral traveling, because it felt so freaking real. And then I wake up and realize it wasn't, me in this physical form. It was me in my spiritual form. Like, that could have been just my dream saying, yay, finally we can sit the hell down and relax. Finally we can focus on our own self and our health. Finally we can do what we want to do and not be rushed and feel pressured to hurry up and get it done before a certain time frame, and not just, what do you call it? Living for the weekend type stuff. Only getting to do stuff on the weekend, and that even is exhausting, because you got to try to fit in everything you couldn't do Monday through Friday on Saturday and Sunday, and try to squeeze in some rest in those days, please. And Sunday comes, you dreading Monday, because here we go, we're doing it all over again for a whole nother week. So my body is like responding to that rest I've had over the last couple of weeks. Well, last few weeks now, because it's Friday now, shit. But finally, my body is at peace. It's like, okay, you had your rest. Now it's time to do what we're supposed to be doing. You had your recuperation. Now it's time for us to do what we need to do. It's time for you to live in your authenticity. Live in your childhood wishes and dreams. Who did you want to be when you were a child? Where did you want to go when you were a child? How did you want to live when you were a child? How did you see yourself when you were a child? And I'm like, man, I saw so many things for myself. Even when, like, in my spiritual healing and awakening journey over the last few years, I've had time to reflect on that, and I'm looking at it like, oh my God, I had so many aspirations for myself. I had so many dreams. I had so many things that I wanted to do. No, it's not too late. But my ego, carnal mind, is saying, oh my God, I'm 44 and I ain't did shit with my life. So I'm trying to move outside of that ego mind that's feeling like sort of like a failure for not doing what I really wanted to do, and just doing what I felt I had to do, or doing what I was told was the right thing to do. And the spiritual, healed, awakened me that's going, oh yeah, free range, it's time to go. Let's go. In the words of Deadpool and Wolverine, let's fucking go. I'm so ready. I'm ready for whatever God got for me, because I got the peace of mind now. I have the clarity now. I mean, I still have some work to do, of course, to, organize it a little bit better, because I'm so free-spirited. I'm usually doing things on an impulse, and I don't think about it. I just do it. So I don't want to be that way. So I want to try to put some structure to it, to put some consistency to it, put some focus to it, and discipline even. I hate that word for some reason. I don't know why I hate that word. It triggers the hell out of me for some reason. I need to look into that to figure out why that word discipline triggers me. is always associated to something negative. But I mean, if I look back more recently, but recent past, high school, we had what was it called in school? It was like a disciplinarian or something like that, or something of the sort. When you got in trouble, you had to go to the disciplinarian or the discipline dean or something like that, the dean of discipline. It sounded like some type of torture thing from the 1800s or something. It was weird, but that's kind of what I associated with. And I remember my mom used to tell me, I hate saying that word, my mama, I'm going to speak the way I usually speak. My mama told me when I was a kid and early high school years, like, I want y'all to go to the army so y'all can have some discipline. And I'm sitting there like, all the movies I've seen about army life, it's like a bunch of people yelling at you. You getting up at the crack of dawn before you ready to get the hell up. You got to do all this stuff before 9 a.m., they say. People say, I remember the thing he used to say, we do more before 9 a.m. than most people do in their whole day. And I'm looking like, oh, I am so not ready for no shit like that. I'm like, oh my God, like we have to hear my mama yelling at us all the time. Well, I want to go to the army and hear them yelling at me all the time. Hell no. So I wasn't trying to talk that long. I just wanted y'all to see this twinkling light, but it's gone. It's behind the tree now, basically. That tree that's taking up majority of this screen. But yeah, it's a lot of things that connect to the natural nature things. I feel connected to the earth a little bit more now than I was maybe even a month ago, maybe even 6 months ago. So I'll have more time to focus on me and check into me, look inward. And man, I have never been so at peace. I think I may have yelled once or twice within the last couple of weeks, but that's only because I've been without a car, because my car's engine started acting goofy and I had to take it to the shop, and they told me it was going to be damn near 6 weeks before I could get it back. And mind you, it's been 3 weeks already. So literally just before I quit my job completely, before I put in my 2 weeks notice, my car was like kaput. It was driving, but it wasn't accelerating too much. It wouldn't accelerate past 20 miles an hour, which made me afraid that I was going to affect something even worse. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to slow poke it all the way to the dealership, to the shop, and tell them, hey, something wrong. Come get this motherfucker. But yeah, I just got updated. What was it? I think maybe Monday or Tuesday, that my car was going to be out another 2 weeks because they finally got the part for the engine or whatever. I think he said had to get a new engine. I'm sitting here like, oh no. If I have to get a new engine, y'all can keep that fucking car. I'm not doing it because it's only a 2020 and I'm already having to replace a fucking engine for something I didn't even, like, what am I doing but driving the damn thing? I kept putting oil in it. I kept oil in it, because there was an issue with the powertrain, and I told them that last year, unfortunately. I did take a little bit longer to get it back to them because of the fact that, of course, I had a lot of people depending on me, like my kids. Then I had to get back and forth to work, and I had to do all this stuff for the house or whatever. Like, it was always some type of obligation to where I couldn't get my car to the dealership to get it fixed like I wanted to. Because he told me when I got it checked out last year in November that it was going to be 2 weeks, going to be out. And I'm sitting here like, now, what am I going to do for 2 weeks? And I got bills that I'm paying. I got this that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, not even save, but just invest more in myself, invest more in my business that I wanted to start. You know what I'm saying? And it just like all this stuff started just like collapsing in front of me. But I found out, no fret, because in order for God to replenish your life with more and better, you gotta get rid of some things. Because when I got into my car accident back in February of last year, 23, I wanted my car back because I was in love with my car. But the insurance company was taking so freaking long to give me my money for my car, to like total it out and give me what I'm supposed to get, like to show that I don't owe the people any more money for that car, because the insurance and the gap insurance took care of everything, so waiting on them to do what they had to do, I couldn't do it no more, because I'm like, these lifts was more expensive to me. I don't know what's more expensive, actually, the lifts or buying a goddamn car, because everything was more expensive. So I was a little irritated that I had to buy something else, go to a different dealership and get something else, because I don't have any patience. I couldn't wait no longer. Like, being out of a car for 2 whole months was excruciating. So here we go, back again. I have to wait pretty much 2 months again for a car. So God had to put me back in that, reverse, go back, because here we go. You doing something that you don't want to do out of haste, and you stuck with something you don't want for real, because you so eager, and not even eager, but yeah, eager and thirsty to get back behind the wheel. It's like I was getting rid of one problem just to add 5 more problems at the same time, because I wasn't being patient and letting the universe guide me to where I needed to be and get me what I needed. So I had to learn the hard way, unfortunately. God shows you that, you are the author of your issues. You are the author of your problems. If you have more faith in God and the universe, and you have more patience, you won't be so stressed out about stuff. And that's how I took it when I saw this issue come up with my current car. Like, how in the world? It's a 2020. Why is this car having problems already? It's only 2024. But when I started having problems with it, it was 2023. So 2023, and I'm saying it's still under warranty. So I should be able to get whatever's under warranty fixed without it costing me my life. But somehow they found a way to kind of make it an engine issue. And maybe the powertrain ended up screwing up the engine a little bit more. So I'm just praying that, if they do call me back and say what needed to be fixed in the engine or what needed to be replaced or whatever, that it wouldn't be extremely astronomical. That if it is, they're going to keep that car, count it up as a loss. And I'm not even playing, because I'm not, in this specific situation that I'm in, I am not about to break myself to get a car that I didn't really want in the first place, that I only got it because there was the closest thing to what I was looking for. It just wasn't what I wanted. It was the closest thing to what I wanted, and that was it. Like, I was settling. And then I ended up having to pay more money a month for it than I was paying for my previous car. Like, make it make sense, yo. Make it make sense. Like, come on. So, yeah, it's a blessing in disguise, obviously. It is what it is. I don't know why these freaking trains are so damn loud, and they so far away from my house. It's so weird that they extremely loud. It may be because it's quiet, but geez, they loud. And it's always in the middle of the night for some reason. Like, y'all couldn't do this and 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Why y'all doing this at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning? Make it make sense. honking their horns all loud and slamming the train cars into other train cars when they, I guess latching them together or whatever. But jeez. And I've been at this house for almost 4 years now. It's crazy. And I'm always complaining about it. I complain about it every time I hear it. Like, there go those trains again. There's no point in complaining about it because it's going to happen every freaking night. I mean, I don't know. I live in the suburbs now, of Chicago, so it's better than hearing ambulances all night and police sirens all night and crackheads walking up and down the street arguing and fighting all night, or just a lot of traffic noises all night. It's pretty damn quiet out here, so surprisingly, because I'm not that far from Chicago, but I'm like pretty much right outside of Chicago. But this is a really quiet neighborhood. Anyway, it's been 31 minutes, and it's time for me to go. It's time for me to get my butt in the bed and get some sleep. Thank you all for listening to me. Have a good night or good morning whenever you see this. Peace, love, and light.